Hello, primary 4 students. How are you? Welcome to your science class now, as we will continue our talking in lesson 2, concept 1, unit 4. So, this is me, Shaima Hamdi, and you are watching the Big Sister channel. So, let's start. As last time, we talked about the types of weathering, and we took the first type, mechanical weathering. Please, if you didn't watch the mechanical weathering video, so please watch the mechanical weathering video before this video, okay? As now we will continue our talking and we will take the second type of weathering, which is chemical weathering. But before, we need to know what is the meaning of chemical reaction, okay? As chemical reaction, if we have two materials, okay, and they react with each other, the result will be another substance or substances, okay? It may be one material or more than one material that are different from the original ones, okay? From the materials that reacted, okay, with each other. As you see here, if we have material A and it will react with material B, it will give us two materials, C and D, and both of them are different from A and P, okay? Or if we have two materials, X and Y, they react with each other and give product which is Z, and Z is a different material from X and Y. So this, we can say, this is a chemical reaction, okay? Okay. So, an example for chemical reaction, okay, as you see here, this iron, okay, and iron is a solid material, as you know, and if iron reacts with oxygen gas from air, what happens? Yes, we will see that the iron changes in its shape and it becomes another substance which has the color reddish brown, okay? As you see here in the picture, this material is different from the iron, okay? Isn't shiny as the iron, and also it is not very hard like the iron. So it is another material or substance, okay? And here, there is a chemical reaction happens. You know, chemical reactions can cause weathering of the rocks, as breaking down of the rocks due to forming new substances that weaken the rocks, as it make the rocks weak, okay? Can be broken easily, okay? Okay? Or this new substance dissolve the minerals in the rocks. So even it weaken the rocks or dissolve the minerals in the rocks, so it causes the breaking down of these rocks, and this called chemical weathering because it causes by chemical reaction, okay, by forming new substance, okay, that weaken the rocks or dissolve the minerals in the rocks, okay? Is this point is clear? So now we are talking about another type of weathering, okay, which is chemical weathering. It is a change of the structure of the rocks due to chemical reaction, okay? As in chemical reaction, there is forming of new materials, okay? And these new materials causes what? Even weaken the rock, as if the rock iron as a mineral in the rock. So if this iron reacts with the oxygen gas, so it will form a new material that is weaken the rock and causes it to break down, okay? This is about how the new substance weaken the rock. Also, the new substance can dissolve the minerals in the rocks. As rocks, as you see here, are composed of minerals. As you see here, this rock is composed of more than one mineral. Yes? So, if this rock exposed to chemical weathering, so what will happen? So, chemical weathering can dissolve minerals and the rock will be broken, okay? Okay. So, we can say that the chemical weathering happens due to chemical reactions, okay, between the rocks and some materials, okay, as we have 4 materials that react with the rock and causing chemical weathering, okay. First one is water, okay, as water can react with the rock and dissolve the minerals found in the rocks, okay. Also, we have oxygen gas. Here, oxygen gas reacts with the rock, forming what new substance, which is red-colored rust, okay. And this weaken the rocks and break them down easily, okay, as we saw the example of the iron, okay. The third substance, we have acid rain, and we studied acid rain, and we know that acid rain formed when the carbon dioxide gas in the atmosphere react with the water, okay, of the rain, forming acid rain. And we studied the harmful effects of the acid rains. And we studied also that the acid rain dissolves the rocks. Here we will know why, because the chemical weathering, yes? Also, we have the last substance, acid, that produced from some living organisms, okay? Also, these acids that produced from some living organisms dissolve the minerals found in rocks. So, do you notice here? Water, acid rain, and acid produced from living organisms, all of them dissolve the minerals found in the rock, okay? And we have the reaction with oxygen gas that forming red-colored rust, and this weaken the rocks and break them down easily, okay? Now we will discuss each one in some details, okay? As first, we will start with the reaction with oxygen gas. So we will see the role of oxygen gas in chemical weathering, okay? As oxygen gas reacts with the iron in some rocks, okay? And this reaction forming a red-colored rust. This is the new substance, okay? Red-colored rust, okay? And the reaction can weaken the rocks and make them break easily, okay? So here, this red-colored rust came from what? Yes, the reaction between oxygen and the iron in some rocks, okay? And this rust weaken the rocks and make them break easily, okay? This is the first one. Second one, we have the rule of water in chemical weathering. Water dissolves minerals in some rocks, as the dissolved minerals combine again, forming new shapes of limestone caves, Okay, we will explain this, okay? As water dissolves some minerals in some rocks, okay? These dissolved minerals, okay, can collect it again and forming new shapes. As you see here, this is an example as it's limestone cave, okay? Here, to make you understand this point, as when the water react with this mineral in the rock, it causes what? Yes, this mineral to be dissolved, okay? And this dissolved mineral can combine again, forming this shape, okay? Which we see this shape in limestone caves, okay? Okay, so is this point is clear? Okay. Now, we will go to the rule of acid rain in chemical weathering. When acid rain falls on the rocks, it can dissolve minerals found in these rocks and break down the rocks, okay? And we know this information about the acid rain, okay? Now we will see the rule of living organisms in chemical weathering. As some tiny organisms called lichens produce acids, okay? And these acids dissolve minerals found in rocks and break them down, okay? This is a lichens, as you see here. So these lichens causes what? Yes, dissolving some minerals found in the rocks and break these rocks down, okay? And as you see here, lichens are tiny organisms as it looks like plants. So we can say that lichens are tiny plant-like organisms, okay? So to summarize what we said in the chemical weathering can happen due to what? Yes, the reaction with the acid rain, okay? And this dissolves the minerals found in the rocks. Also, the reaction with the acid that produces from some living organisms like lichens, and we said that the lichens are tiny plant-like organisms and they produce acids that causes what? Dissolving of minerals in rocks, okay? Also, we saw the reaction with the water, and water can dissolve some minerals from the rocks, and these dissolved minerals can combine together again and form caves like the limestone caves, okay? Also, we studied the reaction between the rock and the oxygen gas as the reaction between the iron in the rock and oxygen gas, which produce what? Forming what? Yes, red-colored rust, and this rust causes what? Weakening the rock and causes it to break down, okay? Okay, as you see here, weathering happens over long periods of time, okay? Hundreds or thousands of millions of years, okay? And this make us to see the weathering is very hard, but we can see the effect, okay, of the weathering. You can see the little rocks and the sand and pebbles. All of these make us know that there is weathering occur or happen, okay? But we can't see the weathering process itself because it takes many years, okay? Now we have a small quiz here to make sure that we understood the difference between the mechanical weathering and chemical weathering, okay? As we will put M in front of the example of mechanical weathering, okay? And we will put C in front of the example of chemical weathering, okay? Okay. First, we have breaking down of rocks by the effect of sand, which is carried by wind. So here the weathering happens because the effect of the sand, which is carried by wind. So this is mechanical energy. And what is the reason? Because this weathering happens due to what? Yes, a physical factor like wind, because there is no formation of new substance, okay? Okay, so here we have the second one, rusting of iron rocks due to the reaction between iron and oxygen. Here, there is reaction between the iron and oxygen, and this includes what? Forming a new substance, okay? This is a chemical weathering. Okay, so we will put C here, okay? Okay, we will go to the next one. Breaking down of rocks by the effect of acids produced by lichens. So here, these acids, okay, as we studied, react with the minerals and causing the dissolving of minerals. So here, this is chemical weathering, yes? So here we will put C. Okay, breaking down of rocks by the effect of freezing of water and melting of ice inside their cracks. As water enters the cracks and freezes in these cracks, and then this ice melts again. So this is a chemical or mechanical weathering. Yes, this is a mechanical weathering, so we'll put M here because this happens due to a physical factor, which is water, okay? And there is no formation of new substance, yes. Okay, here, breaking down of rocks by the effect of growth of plant roots inside the cracks of rocks. Here, the breaking down is due to what? The growth of plant roots. So also here, it is chemical weathering or mechanical weathering. Yes, it's clear that it is mechanical weathering. So we will put M here, as the growth of the plant roots is one of the physical factors, okay, that causing weathering. So it's mechanical weathering. Here we have the last one, okay, breaking down of rocks by the effect of small gravel and sand, which are carried by flowing water. So here, the weathering, because of what? The gravel and sand, which are carried by the flowing water. So here, this is also mechanical weathering. We will put M here because it caused by physical factor, which is water, okay? And there is no formation of no substance, and there is no chemical reaction, okay? So with this point, we finished our lesson. So thank you for watching. See you next video, inshallah, and goodbye.